Good morning, everybody. My name is Becky Cohen. I'm a Gold Evo 100 consultant with Evolution Archer Travel, and I have been with the company now for a couple of days, almost a year, June 6th. Anyways, I am going to share my screen. I'm going to try to show you today is how to put together a quote. So I have a client who actually they want to go to Niagara Falls for their anniversary, their 47th anniversary, July. So I'm going to sign into VAX. Excuse me. And I'm going to look through Punjet just to see. Oh, that's right. We couldn't because they wanted a car. So I'm going to just do some quick searches here. See what Southwest has. We are leaving from local because I got these people from my Google search or my Google business. And they are going to Niagara Falls. But then they said Buffalo, New York, because at first they wanted to do this. So we're just going to check this one. Their dates are July 18th through the 22nd. And travel protection. And actually, before we go any farther, I want to show you guys how I go ahead and qualify my client, and that has come up. It actually has shown us something different. So I'm going to come in here to my forms. Dealing with cats trying to jump on me. This is my form that I send out. You can see here I have some responses. So I'm going to click into there and I'm going to go to this response that I have from these clients. And this is what was sent back. So are you prepared to make a deposit? They said yes. Do they have passports? No. So I do know that they cannot be on the Canada side with that. Are they vaccinated? No. Again, here's all of their information, flight, hotel, tours they wanted. And two of them, just a standard room. It's for their anniversary to Niagara Falls. They said Manhattan International or MCI. It was Kansas City, but Manhattan. I actually will do a check just to see, but I don't know that it went from Manhattan. So here are my dates. Are they flexible? They said yes. About a 5-day range. And she didn't really answer this correctly. They wanted a rental car, their travel protection, right? They didn't put anything special, which I don't know why she didn't fill out this form in the right manner. And then she agreed. She wasn't referred. She said the internet. So Here I tell them that I only include 2 quotes and 1 revision. So I've already given them 1, and now we're down to our last one. All right. So that being said, I just kind of wanted to show you that so that you knew what you needed to have to like start your search and put your package and quote together. So we're going to go back to VAX. Okay. And we're going to check our airlines because Kansas City from Junction City, Kansas, because this is where they live, is a little over a 2-hour drive. So I know I don't want them leaving first thing in the morning, right? I'm going to check the flights. To see what's up with the flights. And I like to try to choose a flight that actually goes mid-morning, gets them there a little after checkout, check-in, right? This one has a kind of long layover, so we're going to see if there isn't something better. And here it is, right? You see, it's leaving Kansas City at 10 to 11. It's flying into Buffalo, New York, 3:35 with a 55-minute layover in Chicago. All right. So let's go ahead and select that one. Okay, now let's search our return flight. So again, I'm just going to like look at them. This is the one that they have us selected for. But again, it's not leaving until 8:40, so I'm not too happy with that. This is the one that I'd be checking. It's an hour and 40-minute layover. It's leaving around the same time as they would have to like check out from the hotel, right? So that's not too bad. They're not rushing in the morning. It's not that big of a layover, but it is a longer layover. Let's just make sure that there's nothing better, and there's not. So that is our choice, unless we wanted to go for this one, right? The little longer layover, which we don't. And again, they're going to lay over in Chicago, but they're going to get home at a pretty decent hour also, right? So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. Okay, so now it actually has this first resort that I had given them a quote for, and this is a very, very nice place actually. And then they chose not to do this one. And I don't know if they just like felt like they didn't want to be out at Niagara. So again, these are things that you have to like talk over with your clients, right? And make sure that everybody's on the same page when you're getting ready to do these quotes. And they were kind of being wishy-washy, and I don't appreciate that myself, but you have to, just go with the flow, right? So I said, okay, so now they wanted something closer to Buffalo in case there were more things that they wanted to do in Buffalo or that surrounding area without just being out at the falls. So we're going to look to see what our options are. And again, here's where you're going to have to find all of that. See, this one is Niagara Falls, New York. Now, what we could do, but it's not that big of a deal. It's only 20 miles. So again, I think what I am going to do with my clients is I'm going to be getting them on the phone again. I'm going to map Buffalo just so you guys can see. Buffalo, New York, just so we can see it and get an idea of the area. Okay. And I suggest that you guys kind of like do this so that you kind of know where in all of this is everything that they'd be looking at. See, here's Niagara Falls. Here's where they're going to be coming into Buffalo. Where was the airport? I know the airport's just like right here someplace. It's not all that far out. But the airport in Buffalo is just like right here. I think it's because I got all this like big and I'm not on my desktop. So, but it's out over here someplace. And again, you got to remember that some of these areas, they don't have a whole lot of hoteling, right? So be aware of all of that. Now, then after when I presented my first quote to them, they got on the phone and they were like, oh, well, the wife's not here. And I was like, okay. So and then I have to wait. And then of course they discussed it and I got them back on the phone. And now they were like, well, maybe we don't want to be all the way up there. We looked at it. Maybe we don't want a rental car, right? Because if we like just go there, then it'd be in the parking garage for a couple of days. And I was just like, okay. And do the hotels, is there a shuttle? Well, then of course I then called that hotel on that first quote, Hotel Casino, the Seneca. No, they do not have a shuttle from the Buffalo airport. So these are things that you have to actually do when you're doing, your research, right? And obviously that's why I'm charging a fee. All right, you guys. So there is reasons behind all that. So again, now having them on the phone, then it was like, oh, well, now can we get a hotel that's overlooking and looking at the lake? And I'm just like, okay, oh my gosh. And as you see, there's, oh, that's a hospital, but it's, I think limited. So now we're just going to look here again. And this is in Ontario. So we're going to go through our list. And I know they're kind of like on a lower end budget. I think that's why. So I'm going to start out. I'm going to sort my hotels. By that, I'm going to pull my screen out. So this is actually in the center. There we go. So, and then they were like, well, we don't want, Motel 6 or something. And then I was just like thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, well, when you're in a town, in a city, sometimes you're not going to find fancy hotels, right? So the only thing, and again, we've got to be looking at near South Shore Golf Course. I'm not even, again, I'm going to have to go back to my map, see where Hamburg was, right? You guys, these are the things like, there are some nicer places down over here for the lake view, because Buffalo is just, it's right here on the border. This is Canada. Okay, so remember that, right? We're like having to fight with Canada here. So just remember all that, right? See? So I don't have a whole lot of area to be working with. Okay. So it gets a little, this one's in Canada. Niagara Falls is now where they don't want to be. And that's becoming a problem. Like I said, it's only 16 miles. So it's either they like stay like really close to the Buffalo airport, or they go back out to the falls. This is actually, I'm going to show you guys this one. This is a beautiful resort. I was like, oh my gosh, how beautiful. Let me show you the pictures just because this is and it is a casino. I understand that, but you know what? Then they don't have to worry about going out and finding food. They can do that all right there, even though, you know, it's not all inclusive. They can actually, you know, here it is. There's the falls. I mean, this is what I you know, would have thought, oh, okay, yeah, let's do that. I mean, really, they're not going to be there for all that long. And if they're going to do tours, why not just go and do them with your rental car? So I'm not sure what we'll end up doing, but let's keep looking. See, 2 miles from the airport in Buffalo, 8 miles from the airport. Okay. Actually, we're getting a little, that's even higher price than the one at the falls, right? Because we're sorting by price, low to high. All right, falls in. It's 20 miles. It's in Canada. 16 miles, Niagara Falls, right? So again, which is the one that I found for them. I can't even like find it now. I was going to say Grand Island, New York. Grand Island near. So let's look at this one. I like the ones that don't like put up the hotel first off. I guess it's not that bad. Here it is. So it's not really showing us. Can't really see what's out there, if that's the lake or the river or what, which is kind of disappointing for their pictures. And again, I guess we could Google that hotel if we wanted to see what it actually near Riviera Theater and the Performing Arts Center. So maybe that is something that they want to do. So I guess let's just go ahead and pick this one. What does it say for our rooms? Business room, we don't need that. A suite, I don't think they really need a suite. They didn't specifically specify. She just said a standard room, right? So we're just going to go ahead and go with their standard room. Okay. All right. Okay. And you see over here that they're actually, we do have a promo code happening. So that's kind of cool. So now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to select into the car. Okay. There's all of that. Okay, so they can pick it up and drop it off into the right times, right? Let's look at it to see what else that we have, our options. So these are the same, economy or a compact. So if we choose an economy, more than likely they're going to get an upgrade when they get there. So I'm just going to keep it with the economy car because I know that's all that they had mentioned on the phone. And now let's just go ahead and check the features. The features are going to show us whether we have transportation to and from, but since we have a car in here, it doesn't reflect that at all. We could have actually gone into the Radisson Grand Hotel and looked over their hotel details and amenities. Let's just look to see what it's saying. Let's see. So it's 11 miles from Niagara Falls. All right. And the resort, the Seneca, the casino, in other words. Be sure to health club, indoor pool, spa, complimentary. Yep. Okay. Dining, American cuisine right there. All right. Bar and lounge and a garden view. So it's not saying anything about the lakes. We have our check-in information, seasonal pool, May to September. Okay, just things to know. October to June. So I guess they're good there. And the renovations, optional fees for a low rollaway bed. So it doesn't say anything about, let's go into the parkings here, free parking. So that is good to know. So there is free parking at this hotel for if they decided to rent a car, because they were having to pay at one of the other places, and I do believe that was the Seneca. I did look up, that was $21.50 per day to park their car, which I don't understand why, if it's a casino. So that was kind of strange. Or it was when I made that phone call, or it was $65 by taxi one way from the airport to the property. So again, you guys, this is a little bit about doing your due diligence, if that makes sense. So, you're going to just like look at all this stuff too, to make sure that it has everything that they were needing. Like I said, free parking is huge. All right. So now they don't feel quite as bad as renting a car for the entire time, because they're not paying extra to park it if they're only just going to walk around town, right? So a lot of those things I know that my clients were having their concerns about, right? Luggage service, and so on and so forth. So just make sure that you're going over these things when you're putting together your quotes, right? When you're looking at your property. And then of course, we're going to look into here and see what's going on, right? Going downhill, I would not recommend. One front desk person is very rude. You know what? And again, when I look at these reviews, I always say to myself, rooms are average, internet was good, not much room service. Well, if then maybe you should have gone somewhere that was a little more higher class, right? Sometimes people are like, maybe the front desk person was having a bad day. All right. I'm not gonna like look at these reviews and just say, oh, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna have my people stay there. The room was gross, though. We stayed 3 days. The pool was dirty. They had no towels. The lifeguard was creepy. Well, again, these are things that, I guess you just like really need to hot tub dirty water. So I always say, who writes reviews? Usually people that had a bad, right? All right. So I don't know. Huh. So again, the reviews really aren't that great, which is unfortunate because it doesn't look that bad on the outside, right? It is a Radisson hotel. And I guess it's just the luck of the draw for the room. I mean, we all know when people go to hotels, they're not going to be perfect unless it's brand new. So what do we do? We're going to go ahead and we're just going to select this one like we have. We have it. And the next thing I do, I'm going to look at the features just to see if there are anything happening. If they have, and there's not. So with that being said, I've already told my clients that we would have to use Viator to get them the tour boat thing in the falls and those other options, right? So what I do now is for myself, I always just like, that's not a bad price. They are getting a discount. Our options is the car. When I do this, I'm going to do one, I'm going to just like present this. And then obviously on my summary page, I'm going to reflect one side of my last quote to show without the car because they were indecisive. Okay. So I'm going to look to see now here what my commission is to Archer. It's 146. You know what, you guys, I am going to bump this up. And I'm going to bring it up to here because it was not reflecting 10% of the gross. So now it more or less is. I'm going to leave it there. Okay. And I have to remember how much I added to that, which was $150. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to save this itinerary. And we're going to put down and Radisson. Something like that. Whatever. I don't even care if it's spelled wrong. It's just so that I can save it. The next thing I do is, okay, it's saved. It's a good price because you got to remember once we take out that car price, it's going to be even lower. So I'm pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and email this to myself. Okay, because I am not going to send this quote out to my client. Right? Nope, not going to do it. Okay, because it has all of this information on here that I'm not going to give them. So I'm emailing this to myself. I am opening up the preview. I am emailing it to myself. If it'll go. I don't know why it's having trouble. There it goes. Okay. So it's been sent to me now. So the next thing that I would do is build my quote. Okay. New emails coming in. There it is right there. I don't need the word of the day I used to have to do for my JOB. So now here's my quote. Okay. Here's it emailed to me. So that's how I do research through VAX for a client. That's what I look at. Those are the types of things that I like go back and forth from. You guys saw that I go. Now, if we were to actually see where that hotel was, let's check it. See if we can't see where the Radisson. How do you spell Radisson? Hotel. Comma, Buffalo, New York. See if it'll show it to us. Not sure. Was this it? Maybe we should have checked this one, I-90. Let's look at it. This one was a 4-star. Let's double check ours. Ours was the Grand Island one. So now that we've like done that, let's close that one out. What's this one? Buffalo Embassy Suites. Best Western. Here's the one that we were at. 3 point. This one's only a 3-star. So what was this one? This was the Country Inn. Let's go back and look for this one. Just to see. So let's look at, we're just going to search it now. Now that we know, Radisson, Country Inn, right? That's the one. Was it South Buffalo? Buffalo South, yeah. Okay, let's look at it. Just for, see if we like this one. Let's look first at our reviews. Oh, see, they're just as bad. Hockey tournament stay. Let's see these first two. March. These are back in March. Cobwebs, black mold, dirt in beds. Pool, hot tub, absolutely filled with hair. People walking around with needles. Oh my gosh, stains all over carpets. Parking horrible, right? Staff was rude. Okay. This one, a couple of days before, I would not recommend staying at this, should be, right? You don't want your money stolen. Okay, so then you wonder who does these, right? You just kind of like wonder if this is a real person sometimes. But this is not a for my hotel. The hotel itself is depressing. The furnishings, paint, carpet need updating badly. Dark, dingy cobwebs, mold spots, and shower. The plus, staff was friendly with that one. Okay, so I think I'm just going to stay with the one I've got, right? Because obviously what we found over here is really not. So we've got them way up here at Grand Island, which is kind of in between, right? Buffalo and New York. So again, they're right here. At least they're looking at that. You know, sometimes you could spend so much time doing research on places that you're like, whoa, right? Let's take all this out and reset it. Because again, like I said, so the closer that we are to the airport, obviously, the closer that they're going to be to Buffalo, centralized in Buffalo. They're all looking about the same. You know, this one's really old, right? It's not even giving us a outside hotel look. So we can't even see what it looks like on the outside. They've got a lot of food. Okay. Brownsville, New York. Again, you have to punch it in just to see on our maps where it's actually at. Where is it not going? Brownsville. It's Brownsville, New York. Uh-oh. Where did that take us to? Oh, Bowmansville. No wonder. Oh, sorry, you guys. Bowmansville. Oh, where I got Bowmansville. Let's take this back up by the falls here, right? It's a way out. Okay. So again, this is why you need to know where they kind of want to be. So that gives us an idea of where Bowmansville is. Again, Holiday Inns, they wanted something fancy. This is the one I had chose for them, which they didn't want to do. Again, this is the one we looked at, right? That's the one we have our quote for. I'm not really seeing anything better. Doesn't get up in price. So let's look at this just to see. Oh, this one has a lot better reviews. Let's check to see where Amherst is. 2.6 miles from the airport. Again, see what I'm saying, you guys? Is like, if you're like, you have to like look, Amherst. All right, there it is. Again, they're wanting something that's looking at the lake. We're not finding that. Amherst, Buffalo, they're on the outskirts. Okay. Right. This one's a little bit farther, the Hyatt Regency. Kind of outdated again. Sometimes you're just like looking, and I guess I can kind of see the lake back there. TripAdvisor again. Too many issues for a downtown hotel. So this is great location. Parking lot across the street was great and affordable. Okay, so it looks like they're going to have to pay for parking. Parking lot doesn't say that it's free. Valet parking. breakfast and lunch. Mhm. Not a whole lot going on here. There's going to be pets in the facility. Airport is 12 miles away. See, so it gives you a little more information there. So this was 2 miles from the airport. This one is 8 miles. Let's see, this one looks like the same one. They're using the same pictures. Nope, it's not the same one because this one doesn't have, oh, there's the parking lot. Does it say on-site parking? Skipped over on-site parking. Oh, these little things say fees may apply. So again, that's something to be wary of. See, all of them saying fees may apply to all of the parking. So, but this is in town. Again, this is going to be in town. Let's look at these reviews. Convenient location and only $9 more than the self-parking. Had issues with the first 2 rooms. Too many issues. This is the same review there. Hotel wasn't quite ready for a convention. Be prepared to wait for hours for your room. Wow, that was not good. That's not good, right? So I don't want that happening to my clients. Okay, so that one's on Niagara. This one's right on top of the airport. Hampton Inn and Suites, sometimes a nice place to stay. Sometimes quality inns are too, depending on which one you get. These are going to be so close to the airport. Amherst, 15 miles. Niagara, 3 miles. 15 miles. 22 miles. The Hampton Inn. Let's check our next page just to see. Overlooking the falls in Canada. Courtyard by Marriott. This one's Niagara. East Aurora. So that's going to be not close to the lake. Sheraton, I already looked at. Niagara. Now we're getting a little too up above. I know what they want to be paying. think I looked at this one. Amherst. I'm not actually seeing anything that's going to be overlooking the lake like she wants. She wants like specific things, and it's just not going to be there. So this one, Hampton, this is downtown. This is the falls. Embassy Suite by Hilton in Buffalo. This is the falls. We're getting into the real Harbor Center. Let's look at it. There you go. That's what she wanted, right? So let's see, what does it talk about here? Their business vacation location in the heart of Buffalo's flourishing downtown district. Near Key Bank Center. Steps away from Buffalo, New York, most popular from the waterfront and convention center. So let's see, guest room, city view. Guest room, partial lake view. Guest room to Queens, lake view. Larger guest room, lake view. Okay. We're going to go ahead and check that. And we still have everything else. Now that brought us way up over their budget. But you know, this is one of the things that we're going to go ahead and do just because we've got it here. And you know, which one was this? I'm just going to say Dan Lakeview. Okay. I'm going to save that one. We didn't look at the booking administration. 306. Oh, no, I'll stay with that. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit more just because I don't know why it takes it down. Why did that take it down? That's kind of weird. It does. Let me go back in. I've noticed that here the last couple of times that I've done that. Like, what the heck? So it checked my commission out. I'm putting it back. Should bring it up, right? There we go. There we go. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to email this one to myself just to have it. So I can, again, have two different ones to show them. A high and a low, right, you guys? And then I'm done. We could be here all day searching for this stuff. So again, it's got the car. And when I do it, I'll just be able to take out the car fee. So that'll bring it down, right? Okay. So I've got that emailed to myself, right? They're both saved. So if they decide on one or the other, then I'm good to go. One or the other, with or without the car. So maybe she wants to stay here. Oh, I guess I'm pretty much done with doing my building my quote. Well, I mean, I haven't built my quote yet. But I've done my research, looked up on VAX. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. The next one, I will show you how I build my quote. Tune in. Okay. Have a good day.